Welcome everybody to August's Veterans Whiskey Club live stream. We're the only one who does a veteran focused open bar live stream. I'm telling you, it's not just me that says that. Everybody thinks that. I've gone and I've asked everybody, and they all agree it is the best show. That is the best impression you're getting out of me tonight. All right, so I just dropped the link in the chat. Like I said, this is an open bar. Just like if we were sitting at a VFW or something, anybody is welcome to come in and have a seat, grab a drink, talk about some veteran-focused, military-focused topics. There's a lot going on in August. I found some really cool videos for us to watch. And if you are still here at the end of the live stream, I'm going to do a veteran giveaway. I'm starting a new thing this month. I try to make it to where each month the live stream is better than the month prior to. And this month, like last month, we started the thing where we watched a Medal of Honor recipient video and videos of what happened this month in military history in the past. This month, I'm adding, if you are here at the end of the live stream and, report in your information, then I'm going to put together a flight of veteran whiskeys to have delivered to you by horseback. Cavalry's going to come bring it to you. I've got well over 20 different types of veteran-owned whiskeys that I want a lot of you guys that are here each month to try out. And I'm really excited about that. I'm just as excited about Independent Joe already being here. What's up, buddy?
What's up, brother?
Hey, I'm great, man. Is my audio good?
Yeah, perfect, man. Perfect.
I hope so. Good. Hold on, let me pin the link. Joe jumped on the link that I put in the chat. I'm going to pin it. That way it stays up top for everybody who comes in. Because like I said, this is an open bar. You guys are more than welcome to come through and come have a drink with us. Just like the Baker Drinks.
What up?
Hey, how's
what
it
up,
going,
Bakers?
guys?
Hey, I got to
Good
tell
evening.
you guys, I greatly appreciate all your kind words and you kind of advertising for me on your guys' platform. It means a lot to me.
Absolutely,
I appreciate
buddy.
you. Let's see. First in the chat was Bourbon saying, let's go. If you're not subbed to Whiskey Uncensored or Independent Joe or Baker Drinks, then you need to go to the doctor and get checked out because there's obviously something wrong, and then go subscribe. So any mods dropping links to these peoples, I'd appreciate it.
Eric Gunderson's always on top of that.
Dave, heck yeah, Eric's a stud. DMC is in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. Jen is here. Thank you for being here, Jen. Russ is here. Steven is in the house. Good to see you, Steven. I saw you on Thursday night, I believe. Yeah, it's good drinking with you. The Baker sent me. Cheers, everyone. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you. Just gonna shout out to the people in the room. Life from the patio. What's happening, bud? Good to see you. Mr. Mom got sent by the Bakers. The Bakers got sent by the Bakers. Candy Road is in the house. Good to see you. Horse was leading the cart on that one. A little disappointed you didn't pick me. Right? Oh, Bob.
Sorry, Bob.
Oh, Bob.
What about Bob?
Oh, Bob didn't get picked. Tiller's Bourbon Challenge is in the house. What's up, Tiller? And
What's up,
Tracy is in the house. Tracy, feel free to pull up a bar stool if you want. Hey, Tiller, you can jump on too. William Hall is in the house. I haven't had a drink with William in a while. I was seeing some of the old videos. He used to be on screen like every single week, and I feel like I haven't drank with you in a while, William. There's Toasty in the house. What's up, Sean? Rob, the supervisor's here. Good to see you. I want to make sure everybody gets a shout out. Mr. Jigs, always good to see you, buddy. And Eric, you are a studly man. Roach, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody. The Rage and Cajun, what is happening? Good to see you. Followed here from Bakers. I appreciate that. Richie Z is in the house. Richie Z is a very good dude. Good to see you. Maybe he'll come on. Maybe he'll come on the backstage in the drunk shenanigans. 30 in chat, hit that like. Yeah, hit the like. And like I said, if you are still here at the end of the show, I'm going to be doing a Veterans Whiskey Flight giveaway every month from here on out. Because like I said, I've got tons of veteran-owned whiskeys back here. And so you guys that are here every month, I want you to be able to try some of them. If there's room when I'm done being a medic, I'll be on. Ooh, do your medic thing. James Morgan is here from across the pond. Good to see you. And Dennis is here. Good to see you, Dennis.
What's up,
If
Dennis?
I missed you in the chat, it wasn't personal. Just say hi again, and I'll say cheers to you with the first topic. It's the whiskey of the month. Veteran featured whiskey of the month is from 10th Mountain. I don't know if you guys remember, I had Brian from 10th Mountain Distillery on the channel. Had a great chit chat with him. And a few months back, it was in February to be exact, we featured their bourbon as the veteran whiskey of the month. And this month we're doing the single malt. And so to feature them again, I'll have to get a different type of their whiskey because the rules are I can feature each veteran whiskey once, but different whiskeys from the same distillery. Those are the rules. I just make them up. So veteran whiskey of the month is the 10th Mountain single malt. What are you guys drinking over there?
I've got some blackberry sparkling water currently.
So we drank a little bit of everything that was disgusting. We had a wheel of punishment tonight, and people punished us.
As they should.
Exactly.
I feel like there were 11 shots of disgusting whiskeys. And or liqueurs and vodkas. No, it was not fantastic. I might vomit when we do our push-ups.
Nothing like going from coffee flavored stuff to pickle flavored stuff.
Oh goodness gracious!
Yep.
So you just punished your poor palates tonight.
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm hydrating now.
I actually have a drink. I've got a little Peerless small batch rye with some ginger ale.
Okay. I don't think I've ever mixed a rye with a ginger ale. What do you got going on, Joe?
Drinking my once a Marine, always Marine Jack.
Oh hell yeah!
Nice.
That's a
Nice
man.
flex,
I'm
Joe.
drinking it out of my Northwest bourbon little cup here.
Looks
Did
I
nice.
don't know how you got the engraving to be colored. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the custom limited edition.
Yeah.
Man,
Nice flex, Joe.
that is a super manly bottle, Joe. I like it. Just tell you guys about this
It's got a lot of balls.
10th Mountain American Single Malt. They're in Colorado, so they're aging their stuff at a mile high, over 5,000 something feet. Stuff ages differently. When I was talking to Brian, he was talking about the elevation, the humidity, the temperature fluctuation. Everything is so different up there than it is for me down here at sea level. Their whiskey just ages different up there in Colorado. And this single malt is 90 proof, 45% APV, and it's a product of the 10th Mountain Whiskey and Spirit Company. And if you guys haven't tried anything from 10th Mountain, I definitely recommend supporting them. They're good people. And they're really into the 10th Mountain Division's history because the 10th Mountain Division actually started in Colorado. Even though their main base is in Fort Drum, New York now, they moved. So they originated in Colorado doing that mountain warfare type stuff. And I got to go to, I didn't get to, I was in the 10th Mountain Division and went to Afghanistan.
I was going to say, didn't you start in the 10th Mountain?
I did. That was my first duty station was 10th Mountain. All right, so cheers to you guys. Thank you guys for being here. All you guys here on screen
Cheers,
and you guys
brother.
in the chat, cheers to you.
Dink.
Clink.
It hits different than most other American single malts because
What's the proof on that?
90.
Okay. Good starter.
Yeah, it's good.
So is it like a fruity single malt or like a chocolatey single malt?
It's kind of a mix. There's more fruit notes than there are chocolate notes, but there are some chocolate notes in there. It's got a great balance though. It's got a good mouth coat, and it doesn't spike and fluctuate. It does different things across your tongue, like with the fruity notes, the sweet honey, the wood notes. So it does different things across, but like on an equalizer bar, they're all pretty even. Like it's a even, nice, well-balanced pour. But it is definitely an American single malt. Let's see. The Raging Cajuns drinking Wild Turkey 101. Gobble till you wobble. I tell you what, that sounds like a song.
It probably is.
That's a sticker.
Yeah, salute, Joe. Thank you. All the military here.
I'm gonna
Appreciate
write
you.
that down.
Appreciate you, Bob. Gobble till you wobble. That sounds like a sticker. Drinking a whiskey encore smoke wagon pick. You cannot go wrong there. And Tiller's in the house.
What's up, Randy?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Tiller, you made it just in time. We were just wrapping up talking about the veteran whiskey of the month. What are you sipping over there?
Well, I just finished off some Four Roses, but like one of my favorite veterans is this right here,
Black Patch
Bourbon
Distilling.
Whiskey, Black Pack Distillery out of
Are
Madison,
they-
Alabama.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Madison,
say. They're from the South. I've heard of them.
Yeah, Madison, Alabama. They're combat, better known, and operated. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I'm gonna
Black
put
Patch.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to reach out to them.
that. I am.
Get them on.
That's why I'm writing it down.
I know.
You said Black Patch Distilling?
Yeah.
That's what he said. Black Patch.
Distilling Company, yeah. Okay, I'll have to see if I can get if they ship up here and if I can get them on the show to interview them, because there's a lot of veteran whiskeys out there. There's just over 30 that I'm tracking. So when I hear of one that they're combat veterans and stuff like that, I want to help put them out there under my little flashlight spotlight and help get the word out. You know what I mean? I absolutely love it.
It's real good stuff.
Poured a Hotel Tango single barrel pick. Yeah, Hotel Tango is one of the first GWAT combat wounded veteran whiskey distillers. Hotel Tango is pretty cool. I can't get them on the show to save my life, though. I've sent them tons of messages, and they sent me 3 bottles for me to do on the show, and I can't get them on the schedule. I tried the Crown Royal single malt. I've been wondering about that. Rusty's in the house.
What's up, Rusty?
What up, Rusty?
He'll awkwardly wave back at me.
I'm rallying. I may have fell asleep earlier, but I'm awake and I'm here.
Awesome. Yeah, you are just in
Cheers.
time. We're moving from the veteran whiskey of the month, which is the 10th Mountain single malt, and we're going into honoring the fallen. I have 2 personal hitters for the month of August. My buddy Swanson was in a truck that got blown up, and then that truck got hitched up to get towed out there by the wrecker. If you guys know what a wrecker is, it's kind of like a vehicle recovery vehicle that has a big tow thing and it has a big crane thing.
Like a
It has
military tow truck.
all kinds of mechanic stuff on there. That's a mechanic thing. So we would have one of those embedded in our convoy every time we went out to do route clearance. Well, Swanson was in the lieutenant's truck. Their truck got hit, and so while towing the lieutenant's truck, they had to mix and match, swap people around, and fit them into other trucks to go back to the base. And for some reason, they had Swanson be the gunner on the wrecker. And so they took his machine gun, they put it on the wrecker, and so he's sitting there on the gun mount, towing his own vehicle behind him. And we were in eastern Afghanistan going down a crazy mountain pass. And with that much extra weight of the truck being towed behind, the air brakes failed. The truck got out of control, rolled. It crushed Swanson's head. He was in the gun. And so he got flown out. And his family ended up pulling the plug in August. It was like the 2nd or 3rd. It was really early in August because the accident happened in late July. And so officially lost Swanson in August of 2009. And let's see, I actually found a picture of Bentley Freeman. He was in my unit. Now, Swanson was with me in 10th Mountain. But Bentley Freeman was with me in triple nickel. You can see the triple nickel patch there on his uniform there. He was in my unit in triple nickel for a few years. Got along great. He was really into his car. He was like one of those, car kids that always improving stuff to his car and whatnot. And he died on August 10th of 2017. Damn. And from what I hear, he took his own life, but I can't confirm that. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, he died in a car accident. I remember now. August 10th, 2007. So if you guys have anybody in the chat or on the panel, if you guys have a loved one that either passed away in the month of August or they passed away and their birthday was in the month of August, we can raise a glass to them together with you. If you want to put a code name or something, just throw it up there. And while I add my buddies on there.
I don't think I have anyone for this month, but I was wondering if for other months, can I just send you the information and you can announce it without me having to say it out loud? Because I'm not good with emotional stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. As you've seen me reference, I have a sheet that has all their birthdays and their dates that they passed away. That way I have that constant reference because I'm not keeping all that in the category like wheelhouse in my head. So yeah, I can for sure add things to my list here if you'd like me to.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody out there, it goes for you too.
Eric Gunderson. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother.
On August 9th, there'll be a year lost. Dude, Eric, thank you for sharing, man. I really appreciate you.
So not a loss, Mark, but on Monday, August 5th, be 37 years ago that I joined the Navy.
Really?
Yep.
So
August
I'm
5th,
gonna put that down
1987,
on
I shipped to boot camp.
On our news.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong category, Troy.
I like I said, not appropriate for the current content, but
Yeah, he was reading ahead.
I'm gonna forget when we get there.
That's okay.
If you didn't know, we did a bunch of shots earlier.
No worries, buddy. No worries. Yeah, I got you down there for the hour news. And I have something to add on to that too. That brings up another thing. But yeah, those are the two people in my life I lost in August. Appreciate you sharing about your dad. Bourbon is in the house. What's up, man?
Yep.
What's up, Ben?
And I got one to add.
Okay. I appreciate you being here, Ben.
Yep, of course, brother. And hopefully I set the hand delivery record yesterday.
You certainly did. You sent me a box that weighs more than my kid. Okay, Bourbon. First, what's in your glass?
I'm actually about to pour a sample I was gifted today.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to pour a little bit. I'm going to save a little if it blows me away so I can do a little review. The Remus
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth. So I'm going to try a little of that because I'm going to be toasting my grandfather.
Nice.
Awesome.
Was that the World War II vet?
Yep. Arnold Golden, U.S. Marine Corps, birthday on the 21st. And I could be wrong, but I think he would have been 100.
Wow. That's pretty
Well,
dope.
let me see. 88 in 2012. So he would have been... No, he would have been 100. Yeah, he would have been 100 years old. So this year would have been his 100th birthday.
That's crazy.
But we lost him at 93, I believe. 92 or 93.
Good to see you, Bloody 81.
And he drove to get pizza.
We're just about to do a shot to the fallen. And so, Bloody 81, if you got anybody you want to throw up for the month of August, I'll give you a second while I pour my glass. Because I know Bloody 81 was over in the same area of Afghanistan and was during the freaking worst deployment ever.
I'm going to do an actual shot glass I got here.
Oh, perfect. I got exactly one shot out of my horse soldier barrel strength signed by Vince that he signed with.
Is your link not pinned at the top?
Say that again?
Is the link not pinned at the top?
It certainly is.
Oh. It's pinned at the top, Z-Man.
What is that, Z-Man? Oh, Z-Man.
There you go, Mark. Little heroes for the heroes.
Oh, roger that.
What are you going to do with that bottle, Mark?
You know what? I was honestly thinking about, I have another horse soldier barrel strength that's a different proof point. I was honestly thinking about pouring it into this personally signed one and just writing the new proof point on it.
Just keep refilling it. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that as well.
Yeah, okay.
Either that or bottle. Make a bottle of your veteran owned. What do you
a
call
veteran owned only infinity bottle.
Oh, snaps. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I have.
Troy, you were picking up what I was putting down there.
I have an.
I was, Ben. I got that.
Except he's slurring.
Same wavelength.
I have other empty veteran bottles that I have around that I haven't thrown away yet for no reason. That I can do a veteran infinity bottle.
It's like you were preparing for this moment.
In this moment. No, that's not. Anyways, all right, guys.
Don't get that strike.
Where's Independent Joe? I'm gonna wait for Joe to come.
He's
in.
off screen doing Independent Joe things.
Reason to glass to anybody? Oh, there you go. Bloody 81's friend.
My friend's birthday, who was in last August, passed 2 years ago. Hey, cheers, man. I'm gonna throw your friend up there.
Z-Man says not pinned, Mark.
Yes, it is, Z.
Yeah, it is.
It's at the top, brother.
I'm drunk too, Z-Man. Laura's doing all the tech stuff.
And you got Eric's dad on there too, right?
Yes, I sure do. Yeah, Eric's dad's right here.
Roger
Dodger. Raising my glass to my cousin, Rowd, U.S. Marine veteran, lost a few years back. Hey, Bob, I'm gonna throw him up there.
Cheers, bro.
All right, guys. Everybody on the screen, everybody in the chat, raise a glass to the fallen. Lest we forget, until Valhalla, for those that went before us who are no longer with us, we remember them. Cheers.
Cheers up.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. All right, and
Mark,
after
thanks so much for doing this every month, Mark.
Oh, dude, thank you for being here. I couldn't do it without your guys' support.
Also want to say I'm seeing 37 people watching right now after midnight Eastern.
I appreciate all of you guys showing up. All of you guys who are here for the first time, you won't see any other veteran-focused live stream to where it's an open bar. Anybody can come up and join the conversation and get with us. And every week, or not every week, verbal typo, every month after we do Honor the Fallen, we recognize that there's at least 22 veterans per day that take their own lives. So we do 22 push-ups. But Troy and I discussed something last month. Each month we're going to throw on one more number. So I'm asking all of you that are willing and able to do 22. This month, Troy and I are going to do 23. Next month, 24, so on and so forth.
Yep.
If you can get it, get at it.
23. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't drink too much.
10, 11,
I'm old.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And one more for 23.
Oh, slow pokes. It's the Army. It's all right. You know, training, dedication.
I love
Booyah!
you. Absolutely love you, Joe. Definitely one of my favorite people. Don't forget to hydrate, everybody.
I got no problem with the push-ups. It's my fat ass getting up off the floor that's the problem.
I did it.
There you go, Z-Man. I
Laura did it.
I'm just slow.
Hey, no overexerting yourself, man.
These are different muscles. It's okay.
I always feel it in my chest tomorrow.
All right, so after we honor the fallen, we talk about military news. There's a lot. When I looked up what was going on in the past, in the month of August, lots of crazy stuff. I don't know if you guys are tracking, but on this day was the big bombing in Tripoli where President Thomas Jefferson had that big craziness going on in over yonder. I couldn't find any good videos to go with that, though, so I apologize. But
so is that the song, Mark?
Yes,
Halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli?
that's it.
And so it was on this day, August 3rd, in 1804.
Don't you dare start singing that song.
1804. Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
But does anybody else know a big deal in history that happened on August 3rd?
Wasn't it a nuclear thing set off?
Close. It's when Germany kicked off World War I by declaring war on France.
That wasn't close at all.
Well, you know, kind of.
Rusty, he was giving you credit for saying something, okay?
Well, and because I
It was in Europe.
But okay, so I actually found
It's
a
a
pretty
dude
good
laying
video
down with a
that
gun.
under 2 minutes talks about how that started off. Like I said, August 3rd, 1914 is when Germany declared war on France. Grab a drink and sit back.
And August 3rd is when France gave up.
World War I, also known as the Great War, and the War to End All Wars, began as a regional crisis following the assassination of Austro-Hungarian Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Throughout July of that year, a network of interlocking alliances enlarged the crisis to one involving most of Europe. On August 3rd, 1914, Germany began its invasion of Belgium and declared war on France the same day. Having previously declared war on Russia to support its alliance with Austria-Hungary, the declaration of war against France on August 3rd meant that Germany would be fighting a two-front war. German strategy was to rapidly concentrate the bulk of its army in the west to defeat France within 6 weeks, then shift forces to the east before Russia could fully mobilize. The Schlieffen Plan, as it became known, required moving troops through Belgium in order to smash into the left flank of the French army and knock that country out of the war. Belgium's refusal to allow German free passage through the country complicated the Schlieffen Plan, resulting in the German invasion of Belgium on August 3rd. The Belgian government invoked the 1839 Treaty of London, and in compliance with its obligations under this, Britain declared war on Germany on August 4th. On August 12th, Britain and France also declared war on Austria-Hungary. In one fell swoop, the major European powers had begun a war that would last 4 years, cost 37 million civilian and military casualties, and destroy the old European order forever.
And now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Oh goodness, get out of here! Knowing is half the battle. Love it.
Little G.I. Joe action there.
I know, right? That was a good homage. So that happened on August 3rd, right? You guys know how there's like National Donut Day, National Blueberry Muffin Day, National Bagel Day. You guys know military wise, August 4th. Does anybody know?
That's the day before I shipped to boot camp.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool. So we do not give a whole lot of love to the Coast Guard here, and so we're going to give them we can afford to give the Coast Guard 60 seconds of love because tomorrow is National Coast Guard Day. No joke.
Mud Puddle Pirates.
Mm-hmm. Get it. Which reminds me, I got to put that poll in the chat.
So here's the start marching song. We sing a man for sea. Through surf and storm and howling gale, I shall our purpose be. Desperados is our guide, our fame and glory too. To fight, to save, or fight, and I will start, we are for you.
Oh my goodness. I don't know why that is funny to me. It's such a cheese dick commercial, but I had to give a little bit of love to the Coast Guard. Tomorrow's National Coast Guard Day, so I gave you your time in the sun there, Coast Guard. Does anybody have anything comment wise? I forgot to ask you after the first video.
Sorry, Mark. I feel like their theme song was different words to the tune of Anchors Away, which is the Navy theme song.
Right.
And they tried to make themselves sound really cool, right?
They sure did.
All right, just my observation. Continue. Yeah. Sorry, brother.
No. I want to hear your guys' feedback, and I forgot to ask you guys' feedback after the Germany declaring war on France on this day in 1914. Forgot to ask if any of you guys had any follow-up comments to that. But yeah, with the Germany and with the Coast Guard videos, does anybody have anything to add?
I can do my impression of France right after.
You have a white flag next to you?
Wave it.
So those guys in World War I doing their trench warfare. I mean, how freaking brutal was that, right?
I know, seriously.
Insane. There you go. My French flag.
Yes, exactly. I mean, faced with that like months-long trench warfare where we gain literally 6 feet a day. How much easier is it to just throw up that white flag?
Well, when you're French, it's really easy.
Right? And they took the easy way out.
Oh my goodness. I dated a Coast Guard gal in 81 and 82. Roger that. I hope she made your ship wet. You know?
She sunk your battleship.
All right, so coming up next in military history and or news, we have another national day which hits a little bit more. April 7th is National Purple Heart Day. I don't know if you guys were tracking that, but there is an official Purple Heart Day, and it is August 7th. And I found a short video that's a really heartfelt video about when two guys receive their Purple Heart. Just grab a glass and sit back, and we'll talk about it.
I was sitting a little lower than I normally do, and because of that, when we hit our IED, I went backwards instead of up. And basically, what happened is like my vertebrae here and my vertebrae here kind of pinched the one in the middle, which gave me a wedge compression fraction.
And me and Justin looked at each other, and we knew we were about to take fire. So shots started ringing out from a couple hundred meters away. I thought I got shot in the sappy plate at first. Just thought I had the wind knocked down from me till we hopped back down into a ravine and were returning fire. And I looked down and saw blood coming out, and I was like, oh, big thanks to all the families. There's a lot of Gold Star spouses. I think of Andrea Lasher, who's she's had to raise a boy, the last 11 years because his dad It was one of the first KIA on that deployment. So, big thanks to all the families and the wives and the spouses and the kids who have sacrificed so much,
So August 7th is National Purple Heart Day, if you weren't tracking. I am moving on. Okay. August 16th is National Airborne Day. I'm not sure if you guys are tracking that, but it is official National Airborne Day. So I got this quick little cut from Band of Brothers that I absolutely love. Make it full screen, you jerk. Okay, it's not going to full screen.
You got a good comment you need to pick up, Mark, from Dennis and Bob Glass.
What branch do you thank you for your service? Hey, I dropped a poll in the chat. So you can put what service you served under or what service any of your family members served under right there in the chat. You can throw that on the poll. And at the end of the night, we'll see which branch showed up and showed up the strongest. Oh, goodness. Troy was in the Navy. Yes, he was. Are you family served 3?
I'll send it to you, Z-Man.
Click.
I'm not jumping on any poll. I'm not falling for that again.
Hopefully it's the barrel proof. My friend has a Purple Heart from Vietnam. Yeah, Jen, I remember you talking about that one time that you were on with us during one of these. Hey, cheers to your friend. Verbal high five and verbal hug to him. Posted at the top, 92 pics.
I texted it to him.
Mark, thanks for what you're doing. A lot of people think that you are rising as the branches of the military shows lack of respect to show rivalry and negative. Yes, absolutely right, Dennis. Joe and I, and Troy and I, we've talked about that. Joe was in the Marines. Troy was in the Navy, and we give each other crap, and we have a good time giving each other crap, and it's fine. It's when anybody outside that was never in the military gives. If you talk crap about the Air Force, we'll show up in force and Spartan kick you in the chest. But yeah, us in the different military services give you we give each other a lot of crap. And the Coast Guard is the bottom of that totem pole of getting the butt of the jokes. I tell you what. But I was happy to be able to.
Troy's favorite service.
I think I've heard "Go Army, beat Navy." Is that how it goes?
Oh,
yeah. I was definitely looking forward to playing the Coast Guard video because there's not much reason and opportunity to give big high fives to the Coast Guard around here. I mean, they never show up on screen and represent. I'm just saying.
They are Department of Transportation.
This brings tears. My father-in-law was a World War II vet. Hey, Bob, I appreciate you.
No comment on that.
Appreciate you. I don't see it on my phone. Oh, I got you, Z-Man. What's up, buddy? Welcome.
What's going on, brother?
I texted him, but I'll also put it in chat. I got it, Mark.
Darrell, thanks for being here, buddy. I know Darrell was stationed on JBLM where I'm at right now. I've gotten to have a drink with him in real life. Good dude.
I was going to say, speaking of Army, there's the Whiskey Saint, Darrell.
Army National Guard, right there.
My mom's side of the family helped invent the first field radio in the field. What? That is awesome, JD.
Oh.
Roger that. Roger that. Hey, I appreciate all you guys being active in the chat, giving love to each other. You guys are awesome.
You got a good turnout tonight.
Hell yeah. So, like I said, once I was able to, August 16th is National Airborne Day. And I got this short little clip from Band of Brothers. Hopefully they don't boot me.
Guy said, well, you jump out of airplanes. You got all your Army equipment and you jump out of airplanes to fight the enemy. They said, go to hell. Nobody put up their hand. And then I don't know what it was brought it up, but the guy giving the speech was saying, but you get paid $50 a month more. So that made it $100.
You gotta love that, man. We are losing that generation. That's just a generation of great human beings.
Yep.
But I wanted to play that because when I think of National Airborne Day, I think about paying homage to those guys in World War II that we saw in Band of Brothers and stuff. And that clip came to mind, and I searched and found it. And does anybody have anything regarding either National Purple Heart Day or National Air?
Well, yeah, my great uncle was in the 101st Airborne during World War II, and he parachuted in on D-Day.
Is that Easy Company?
He was 101st Airborne. He's at 501st PIRA.
Okay.
And but he parachuted in on D-Day in Normandy, and also he also fought in the Battle of the Bulge, and he also received a Purple Heart with clusters. So that was Frank Tiller, my great uncle, my grandfather's brother. Well, my grandfather was in the Navy, but I always thought it was pretty neat. Every time I see
it is.
Those guys always think about it. He died years ago, but.
Do you have some kind of plaque or thing in your house, like a picture, maybe some of his medals or something?
No, another relative.
Shadow box.
But I actually saw him. Some of the ribbons that came off. He also had a Bronze Star medal as well from all that.
Damn.
Okay.
So the guy was a hero.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. I actually looked up one time on the web and found pictures of his troop sitting in the plane looking at the camera before they parachuted off. But since then, I haven't been able to find it.
I mean, I can bring up on the Purple Heart. My great uncle's Purple Heart. He was lost in World War II. PFC. Harold Harry Golden.
Roger that. Thank you for sharing, Ben. A lot of good comments in the chat. Appreciate all you guys being here. Let's see. My buddy went from the Marine Corps to the Coast Guard as a rescue swimmer, but I still talk crap. Absolutely, because the Army. Yeah. That's freaking sweet. Duro, Whiskey Sam, what up? No National Guard here, Joe.
Hey, tomato.
Father-in-law had a Purple Heart and a couple Silver Stars. Whoa,
like I said, hero.
Getting awarded a Silver Star is a big deal. A couple Silver Stars, that means you had a lot of bad.
Mark, could I give you a little homework?
What up?
He was lost in the Battle of Peleliu, and that was in September. So something for next month. Peleliu.
Yeah, Peleliu.
Yeah, that's where my great uncle.
Wait, spell it again?
South Pacific. Peleliu.
Yeah.
Peleliu. I can text it to you.
Battle of Peleliu. So to go off of that kind of, my stepdad was in the Navy, and I forgot where he went, but I know that his little brother went to Korea. He was killed in Korea, and they did not get his body back for, I don't remember if it was 3 or 5 years. But they didn't receive his remains for years. And like even now today that he's, pushing 80, it still brings tears to his eyes talking about all those years without his little brother from Korea's remains. Going to miss the defect notes grave course.
Ben, since you're asking, all my family that fought were in the Pacific Theater, and those that were saved or fled were European theater. Well, except for one great uncle that I don't even know his name is the reason I survive and live.
Speaking of badass
Wow.
dudes, Vietnam vet Bill Reynolds is in the house. What's up, Bill? It's
Yo,
good to
what's
see
up,
you.
Bill?
Hey, dude, if you've got something in your glass, let us know what you're drinking. If you are not drinking, because I know it's late and I know you're old, then it's no worries. Just I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you're here, brother.
And Bill's been even showing up. He's been showing up on my stream saying hello. I've seen him in other streams saying hello. So
great
dude. Bill's getting around.
Great dude.
And
As the
honestly,
Army
Mark,
Take it
how
over.
you didn't end up with a Purple Heart after being blown up as many times as you were blown up is reprehensible.
Yeah. Agreed.
I appreciate you, Troy. Moving on. I told you guys before we're going to talk about some military history, talk about some stuff, and every month I want to recognize a Medal of Honor recipient, and I found a good one, and I want to do it per month because there's so many great history moments, so many great Medal of Honor recipient stories that I try to capture one that happened in the month that we're talking about, like Veterans Livestream of August. So I'm trying to find one of. Oh, hold on. Back the truck up. I missed one. National Day is Navajo Code Talkers Day. I missed one. I'm not going to the Medal of Honor recipient yet. I don't know if you guys are tracking, but
Yep.
there is the National Day of Wind Talkers, which freaking what day was that? Is that the 19th? I think it's the 19th. I'll look it up while the video's playing. But check this out. This is cool stuff.
In the early part of World War II, the enemy was breaking every military code that was being used in the Pacific. This created a huge problem. Eventually, a suggestion was made in early 1942 to use Navajo language as a code. Marine Corps recruited 29 young Navajos. They were just asked, you want to join the Marines? You want to fight the enemy? Come join the Marines. After going through boot camp, combat training, Marine Corps Communication School, they were separated from all the rest of the Marines, took them to a top secret location just east of San Diego, Camp Elliott. That's where they created a military code to be used in the Pacific. On August 7, 1942, 1st Marine Division hit the beach on the beaches of Guadalcanal with 15 Navajo code talkers. This was the first battle where the Navajo code was to be tested in actual battle, to see how our memory would be under heavy enemy fire. General Vandergrift, commander of the 1st Marine Division, sent word back to the United States saying, this Navajo code is terrific. The enemy never understood it, he said. We don't understand it either, but it works. Send us some more Navajos. Eventually, by the time the war ended, 1945, there were 400 of us that went to war. What we did truly represents who we are as Americans. America, we know, is composed of diverse community. We have different languages, different skills, different talents, and different religion. But when our way of life is threatened, freedom and liberty that we all cherish, we come together as one. And when we come together as one, we are invincible. We cannot be defeated.
So that's awesome. You guys heard that they went and deployed out to do their job that they were special trained to do on August 7th. August 14th is the official National Wind Talkers Day. Does anybody on the panel or in the chat have anything they want to add on to that?
I'm a ham radio operator, and that Navajo Code Talkers is celebrated every year on ham radio.
Yep.
Always.
You're not the only one, Z.
And the movie Wind Talkers from like
there's actually at least
early 2000s was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, Z. Did you know there's at least 3 hams on screen?
No, you're the only one I know of. Who's the other one?
Rusty.
No, I don't
but
know.
Rusty
Good for
uses
you,
those
Rusty.
30 hands for other things too.
Family told me never talked about World War II because it's in back here and shit. Yes, absolutely, man. A lot of those older vets don't tell a lot of stories to people outside of their units. Love this type of history. Ben from the north, good to see you, buddy. Here's totally they make it camo. Yep. Dad didn't talk much about it. More about his troops, platoon sergeant. Yeah, man. I totally feel you on that. Dad was in the Army in the Korean War. Brother, nephew, niece in the Army. 3 brothers in the Navy. Brother Chris was in the Navy. Both Gulf Wars. Yeah. So Russ, in the poll, when I'm telling you to choose which branch, that must be a coin flip for you because you're pretty split. But I appreciate all your family
Pick them
service,
all,
man.
Russell.
Much love out to your family. Absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
A lot of signalmen were no doubt tortured for those codes. Yeah. History is fascinating. Glad our old school military personnel helped keep our freedom praising the past. Yeah, JD.
Hell yeah,
it,
JD.
I could be wrong, but I believe Operation Enduring Freedom was in October, but we sent the Army National Guard engineer over in August 2001. My brother-in-laws were part of that. No, Operation Enduring Freedom didn't start until after September 11th. And not even after September 11th, but it was after the horse soldiers went over there in October. I think it was in October of 2001 that the horse soldiers went over. And Operation Enduring Freedom didn't start until the actual operation started. Yeah, am I wrong on any of that, guys?
October 7th, 2001 to December 28th, 2014.
Right. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't giving out false information there. Great video. Love this kind of contact. Appreciate. Hey, dude, I appreciate you, Rob. What's up, you good, beautiful people? Marvin, you're still on vacation, aren't you?
What's up, Marvin?
Vic's in the house. What's up, buddy? Marvin was sending pictures, dude. That dude is such a foodie. I absolutely love it. He sends me so many pictures of food. Freaking love Marvin. Oh, I'll never share the stories he shared. Swore me to secrecy because he didn't want his family to know what he went through. I was so honored he loved. Oh, dude, Bob, that's deep, bro. That's really deep. Make sure you write all that down because if you die with that in your heart and you don't write it down, nobody else is ever gonna know. Ever.
It dies with you, Bob.
Yeah. Glass honoring bonded service.
Hey,
Hey,
Mark?
appreciate you, Mr. Ron. Yo.
I just want to raise a glass to everybody that's given the stream the respect it deserves. 39 people watching at freaking 12:54 a.m. Eastern time.
Hey, cheers. I'm glad that you guys are here. Cheers.
You know,
Bourbon is in the chat. What is up, brother? Cheers, man.
What's up, Bobby? You're really starting to get some good traction, some good participation.
Bad Axe Bobby,
I want to thank everybody.
Hells yeah, man.
And I want to thank everybody who's doing this for Mark and the community.
What's up, Cheech?
Love you guys. Oh, Cheech is in the house. What's up, man? 41 now. Appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah.
All right, so now we are going to move on to the Medal of Honor recipient. Told you guys after we talk about days in history, lots of stuff going on in August. We had Germany declaring war on France August 3rd, August 4th, National Coast Guard Day, August 7th, National Purple Heart Day, August 14th, National Wind Talkers Day, and August 16th, National Airborne Day. Lots of strong, really significant dates in military history going on in August. And we're going to move on to a Medal of Honor recipient who had some stuff going down in the month of August. So let's grab a glass. Let's hear his story and then talk about it after. Like I said, every month we're going to do a new Medal of Honor recipient.
I was born in San Francisco. We moved up to Seattle in 1931. I lived and raised on Bainbridge Island, which was pretty wild. We had chased each other around with slingshots and marbles. When we played in the woods, it was serious. My dad had taught me how to shoot. I was an expert marksman, and I'm a good infantryman. Come when you're called and you do the best you can, and when it's over, you get the hell out of there.
With America immersed in war on two fronts around the world, John Bud Hawk made the decision that college could wait. Hawk enlisted in the Army right out of high school in 1943. In 1944, his first major action brought him to the French town of Chambois. German troops had been desperately pushing their remaining personnel and heavy armament east to defend their homeland. But there was only one way to Germany, through a tiny gap known as the Falaise Pocket. Despite being outgunned and outnumbered, the Americans were determined to defend the gap and prevent the Germans from reaching home at all costs.
Our mission simply was to stop everything we could from getting out through the gap. Well, the Germans had to stick to the roads to get out, and we cut them off. It was the worst carnage you could imagine. There were a lot of roads that were totally impassable with wreckage, so they had to try to come through the orchards. We were attacking, and they were defending. And of course, to their advantage, they knew every inch of ground that we were on. We didn't know what was in front of us. We collected up back a ways to see what we could do. I was reconnoitering through the bushes, found a lone infantryman there with a bazooka, the rocket, but he's got nobody with him. Said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I get trying to get these tanks that are in the brush over there, but I got no backup, and I have to put it down to load it." And I said, "Well, I'll back you." And then I loaded and defended him. He started shooting and used up all his rockets. The tanks that were in the bushes where he was left.
Though he had managed to repel a small group of enemy tanks, Hawk and his group were still badly outnumbered. With visibility and uneven terrain working against them, the American tank destroyers were forced to a standstill at the edge of the orchard.
Our position was we were on one side of a field back with the tank destroyers, and the Germans were on the other side. This stream bed, which was about 15 or 20 foot deep, was in the middle, and there was no way a tank could get across it. And tanks behind us, tanks in front of us, with visibility what it was, the tank destroyers wouldn't see them. Can't see them, can't shoot them. Well, I can see them. I know darn well. You're not thinking really of the consequences. You're trying to think of a solution. If you were standing in the middle, you could see both ways. And I said, if I line you up, will you shoot? And then we'll correct. I exposed myself standing out there trying to look like a fence post in the orchard, say, go 20 feet to the left, raise it up 3 feet, something like that. And these guys are good. They were good. They'd put like an armor piercing right through a building, and then they would put another one in right behind it, an HE. And worked. The Germans were getting shot by somebody you couldn't see. So we knocked out a couple of them, and the other one backed off. And, it was literally the turning point of the whole battle.
His unlikely aiming stake maneuver stalled the German advance. But for Hawk, the day's events were far from over.
I'm feeling really smart, you know what I mean? We chased these guys out, and I'm hiding behind an apple tree, thinking fresh targets. When sun comes in range, I can see them, and I'll draw these guys' fire on them. Well, I didn't see the one tank, so he shot me right through the apple tree, literally through the apple tree, and into my leg, and mostly through my leg. To me, it was like getting hit with a sledgehammer. And I couldn't tell whether I had a broken leg or no leg or what. It knocked me flat. But I'm either done or I can run like hell. And boy, I took off out of there like you wouldn't believe. Ran around the corner of a building and fell over another tank. Wham! Thank goodness for some kind of training. I was still carrying my rifle. I hit the ground and rolled over and looked up, and there's a German looking out of the turret on that tank, standing, probably the tank commander, up on top, trying to figure out what's going on too. I recovered first and shot him, and he went plunk down in. I think to this day, I almost wish that I hadn't shot him. I don't know how I would have done it different, but to find out what he thought of that crazy American who's attacking my tank with his body, because that's what I did. I ran full tilt in. I bet you could hear the clang for a mile. I recovered first and took off with this tank and one other one right behind me. And I'm headed for Mother, which is the 2 tank destroyers. They said I got about 40 yards away. Went zip down and down in the ditch. When the cannonading stopped, they came down and picked me out of the ditch. So I went back to the aid station, and they gave me a super Band-Aid. Away we went. On into Germany.
As a result of the battle in the apple orchard, a key area of the Falaise pocket was cut off. Unable to reach their homeland, 5,000 Germans were stranded and surrendered. Sergeant Hawk continued to fight in the European theater for 5 more months and was wounded again in Germany before being sent home to Washington State to recuperate. Within 2 weeks of his return, Hawk was advised that he would receive the Medal of Honor. On June 21, 1945, President Truman presented the medal to young Bud Hawk at the state capitol in Olympia, Washington.
2 words I'm not fond of. One is hero. The other one is winner. There are no winners in a war. I think the greatest way to give of yourself and what you have to offer is by teaching. What would you give for an answer if one of these bright-eyed little darlings looks up at you and says, "Mr. Hawk, what's it like to kill somebody?" That's a kick in the gut.
Yep.
And you have to have an answer for them. They have complete faith, you know. They're trying to explain that the worst thing that can happen to a human being is to have to take the life of another human being. You will never, ever forget it. But you can, if you must, and you will. There is one reason that they can do that terrible thing. That reason is you. That's their only reason for doing that, is you. So you think about it on Veterans Day, because that's what it was.
Oh man, appreciate it. Dude, that was a good one. Two things stood out to me is when he said, "Either I'm done or I can run," and I ran. That cracked me up. And then when he said, "I almost wish I didn't kill the tank commander because I wanted to ask him, what did he think of this crazy American attacking my tank with his body?" Oh man, do you guys have anything on that one?
No, I think the end of it was really, that one was perfect.
Yeah, it was really poignant at the end.
Because people want to know what that's like, and he just said it.
And he said it like it was nothing.
Yeah. They gave me a super Band-Aid. Now, yeah, David. No, the super Band-Aid. That was a good one.
Yeah.
It's amazing, dude. Yeah, absolutely. That was amazing. That's a badass. Yep, that's a badass right there. I tell you what. Oh man. If you guys don't have anything else you want to add on to that, I think I'm getting into the last video. Where is it? Close that out. Close that out. All right, so we talked about military history. We talked about our Medal of Honor recipients. Now it's what's going on in current day military news. I know there was a lot of stuff going on in politics, and the Army said that they're going to expand some of the basic training to rebuild force for modern warfare. And what this article talks about is increasing the training to improve the recruits coming out of training. But there's one very specific part of this article that I wanted to share with you guys. Unemployment has been low. Corporate jobs pay well and offer good benefits. According to estimates, just 23% of people aged 17 to 24 are physically, mentally, and morally qualified to serve without receiving some type of waiver. Moral behavior issues include drug use, gang ties, or criminal records. So do you see that? Less than a quarter of people coming in the recruiters' doors, less than 25%. They said 23% of 17 to 24-year-olds are qualified to enter the military without a waiver.
That's a low percentage.
That's very low. So that's one thing that like huge stood out for me in this article. But I do like the fact that they are increasing some of the training going on in basic training to produce a better new recruit. I like that part. But when it said 23% are qualified without a waiver, I was like, ugh.
Are they making the training longer, or is it just
it did not say that they're adding any number of days or weeks. It just said that they're increasing the training. And so I don't know if that's the quality of training or number of training exercises. It did not say they're increasing the dates, like days or weeks. So it sounds like they're just adding more to the schedule.
It could also be they're revising some of the
I wonder what it is that they're actually adding to improve quality without increasing time, because without a little extra time, it's hard to improve quality, you know?
Right. And Joe, that's one of the things that I was looking for. I was looking for specific details of what they were adding, but they were being very vague on that part of the article. They were talking a lot of specific numbers when it comes to delayed entry candidates and recruiting shortfalls. They were giving tons of numbers and percentages, but when it came to the actual training they were referring to, they did not give those kind of specifics. Which was a strategic presentation of the issue.
Yep.
Another thing going on is in politics. If you guys saw a couple weeks ago, a lot of family service members that killed during the Afghanistan were critical of the administration. So that was a big thing in the news. If any of you guys had anything to add on that, not to get all political, but it is significant when we come to the end of one of the longest wars in U.S. history.
I mean, I've heard some crazy things about that withdrawal.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think we should talk about that you don't need to.
10-4.
That's a 10-4, good buddy. Let's move on to stuff going on across the pond that is wild and hairy as hell, but nobody seems to be talking about it. U.S. forces move toward Israel and Iran. So there are the battleship USS Theodore Roosevelt, not battleship.
I love how you say U.S. forces and then you show some Navy pictures.
Those might be Marine aircraft right there, though. I'm not sure. I got to see it.
Nice try, Joe.
I was on those ships, so I would know. Nice
I was under those
nice
ships.
Try.
Oh my goodness, freaking love you guys.
I'm trying to see the logo on the back fin right there.
Hey, Bob,
the thing that goes up there.
Thank you for your words, Bob. Appreciate you, man. Oh, yep, absolutely. Injured law enforcement. Yep, true story. Mark's Afghanistan. Yeah, so JD, you and I were talking about that last week. There, especially the poop pond in Kandahar. Afghanistan was shitty for sure. Fair point, Joe. Get the woke out of our military, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on in that part of the world that the majority of news outlets and social media and other channels are not talking about. And so I just wanted to let you know that I am still tracking a lot of crazy stuff going on in our world. And it's I don't know if it's about to get freaking wild or if we're just trying to maintain normalcy or what. It could go either way. Let's flip a coin.
Yeah. Well, it always depends on whether or not it comes over here, too.
Yeah. Maybe think Biodome. Does that mean it goes both ways? I don't know if you guys remember that movie. I'm old. I just dated myself.
Pauly Shore, Stephen Baldwin.
Yep. Thank you, Troy.
Hey, Troy, Steve's got a question for you in chat.
All right. So, yes, I was on a nuclear submarine, USS Nevada. I literally slept in between missile tubes, Trident D5 ICBMs, potentially.
This is why Troy glows in the dark.
At least a piece of him does. If
What's up, Jay?
I did nine strategic deterrent patrols.
Yeah. All right, so we went through military history. We talked about the Medal of Honor recipient. We talked about current events going on. Just a couple things in current military news. And so next one is our news. And Troy from Baker Drinks already jumped the gun. About
like an hour and a half ago. Sorry.
Our news, like things that are going on with us, because us as a community don't have that much opportunity as if we like hung out on a day-to-day basis in person to share things going on with our life, to build a strong community. We tell each other what's going on. Troy shared earlier that this month marks the 37th anniversary of when you joined the Navy.
Yep. Shipped to boot camp August 5th, 1987.
Goodness.
I was 5, Joe. Thank you.
That was Troy, but yeah.
That was Troy.
No, sorry, Troy.
No, you're good. You're good.
He was focused on these eyes right here, and then he was thinking about what Troy was talking about. He was looking at these eyes.
They're beautiful eyes, Joe.
These eyes, they're crying.
Are they baby blue?
No. Unfortunately, well, I won't say unfortunately. They are what they are. God gave them to me, you know. But they are brown.
Same.
All right, so what I was going to say about that is, so first off, congrats to you, Troy. I appreciate you and your service. 37 years ago this month, you joined the Navy. That's freaking, I think that's super cool.
I'm old as shit.
I wanted to just kind of caveat onto that to when I was doing the research for all the videos I just shared with you guys, and I was making my notes and doing my thing, I realized this was the 18th episode of the Veterans Livestream.
Awesome, man.
So
That's awesome.
This is the 18th episode, and 2 months from now in October, I'll hit my 18th year in the Army.
Hells yeah.
And so I was like, man, if I could turn back time, I might made it where the 18th episode landed on my 18th year.
It's good. It's good enough to share. You sharing that.
I like to share. Oh man, I love the dad joke. So yeah, I joined in October of 2006, which will be 18 years in this October, and today is the 18th episode of the Veterans Livestream.
Hells yeah.
Love it.
Oh man.
All right.
So anything else going on in your worlds? I'll tell you guys that in my job, I need your guys' thoughts and prayers because my battalion commander is driving me absolutely nuts. I've never had a battalion commander who's so involved with a company's activities on a weekly basis. His micromanaging and narcissism is driving me through a loop. I can handle the workload mentally and intellectually, but emotionally, I want to just like freak out and yell at him. And so having a little bit of hard time for the first time at work lately. And so keep me in your prayers that I'm able to push through because I don't want to get fired. That's for one. But for two, I want to do a good job because I have a lot of pride.
He just commented in the chat and he says it's going to ease up a little.
Mark, you got to remember something. He will either leave or he will either retire or get reassigned in due time.
Right. I only have to put up with them for so much time.
Yep.
Right.
You know there's an end to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just push for him to get promoted. He'll be gone.
Cheers, JH. This wasn't my idea of a shirt. It was Ragin' Cajun's idea.
What is it saying on it? I can't say. I know it's turkey, obviously.
Yeah, you know, he put in the chat.
Gobble till you wobble.
Gobble till you wobble because he's drinking wild turkey.
Yeah, so I went ahead and made a shirt for Raging Cajun.
Man, that thing is bright, Joe.
This is the only color I had. I mean, it was one that I found. My wife bought it for something else, but
hold on, hold what you got, Marvin.
For what? Lime Day?
She's a Kermit fan. I think she would dump me for Kermit the Frog.
That was definitely a shit show. I agree with you, Bob. I work with a lot of Navy nukes and nuclear power plants. Right on. That's crazy talk. We never talk about Syria, but the U.S. needs to stay out. I've been to too many places. Yes, I do. JD, completely agree with you. You've been to more of those Middle Eastern countries that I have, and I've been to a few. And I'm like, dude, we need to stay out of their shit show. For sure.
Well, we either need to stay out or flatten it. One or the other.
And turn it to glass.
Yes.
Yes.
I would love to park my car in Syria on a sheet of glass. Just saying.
Certain viewpoints are not of the channels.
You have to do 3 more years in service for rank. Marvin, no. Rank, you earn time and grade time in service. You get promoted for rank. What you're talking about is for retirement, to get like a 20-year letter. Yes, I will get my 20-year letter in about 2 years, 2 months. But I'm not planning on getting out in 2 years, 2 months. I'm going to stay in as long as I can keep up with the younger people. Like when we do a PT test and we're out there running our miles, as long as I'm ahead of like half the pack, I'm not freaking retiring anytime soon.
As long as they put up with you.
And I can keep up with them. Yes. Used to be without you guys. For sure thing. Thank you, Abe. Appreciate you, Bob. Name and shame, bad leadership is my 5 cents. Yeah, man. From bottom of my heart, thank you for. Hey, appreciate you, Dennis. Thank you for saying that.
Cheers, Dennis.
So, does anybody else have anything significant going on in their life? Anything they want to be grateful for? I have to be grateful because Bourbon just sent me a lot of veteran bottles, and I'm really looking forward to getting into them. He sent me 3 handles of Evan Williams hero stuff, and
totally different years though. It's not like it's the same hero thing.
Right. And I got this new veteran owned bottle. I'm gonna reach out to them and try to get them on the show. I'm really excited to get a new veteran owned distillery on the show. Super excited. Last week I went to Kitsap Whiskey Society's get together, and Vince from Horse Soldier was there, and Kitsap Whiskey Society did a pick with Westward. It is the highest proof pick that Westward has ever done. It's 129.7 proof, and afterwards, he got word that the people that did the single barrel pick got told they were never allowed to do a pick over 125 again, and so this is the only single barrel pick from Westward that's ever going to be above 125. I'm really looking forward. I want to get them on the show.
Hey, Mark, you haven't set up your super chat yet?
Huh?
You haven't set up your super chat yet?
No, I don't think so. Maybe not.
So Mark.
Yo.
FYI, on the 12th of August.
Yeah.
We're doing a pick with Westward.
Oh, dope! That's awesome.
The 3 samples they sent us are all above 125.
Really? Okay, so that it must have changed since he got that word.
Yeah.
They must have had a change. All 3 of them are above 125. Wow.
We got a 6, a 7, and an 8 year.
Dude, that's super cool. So things must have changed in the house around there since he got that word. So I won't be.
Thanks for correcting him, Troy. Keeping him honest.
You know what? I'm not trying to rain on your parade.
You're not. You're keeping him honest, maybe. You're keeping him honest.
I'm just telling you what somebody else told me.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, I don't want to get into too many.
I finally found the Jim Beam Black on 7 on base, and I got a new Joseph Magnus.
There you go.
What batch is that, JM?
238.
238. Okay.
So, any news when it comes to?
Yep, I got one.
Stuff going on with your job, stuff going on with your family, stuff going on with new bottles of whiskey, stuff coming on your channels with you guys that have whiskey channels. Any news you guys want to share? Go.
All right. I don't want to get into too many details, but I will say Bonnie is done with her, as of 2 weeks ago, done with her active treatment.
Congrats,
it's
Ben.
healing now and passive treatment. So
Nice.
I don't want to get into too many
yes.
details, but I gotta celebrate that.
Yes,
Been
great
broke.
news.
Cheers, Bonnie.
Cheers, Bonnie.
Cheers, Bonnie. Cheers, Bonnie.
Cheers.
So Bonnie out of treatment. That's freaking awesome.
She rang the gong. She said they said it was one of the hardest hits they've ever seen.
Oh wow. Independent Joe, what do you got, buddy?
I'm not following that. What's wrong with you? Jesus Christ.
We're just giving this to Ben, okay?
Yeah.
No, you're not giving it to
Bonnie. Cheers, Bonnie. That's all I got to say.
I didn't do a damn thing. You give it to her.
Yeah, cheers, Bonnie.
I'm just a support role.
All right. Well, anything you guys got coming up on the channel, or things going on with your work, with your family, new whiskey bottles, stuff coming up you're looking forward to. Rusty, you got anything, bud?
He's got a hug.
No, I got nothing, guy. I got
Rusty, how many days sober are you, Rusty?
I'm not sober.
Oh, I thought you were doing 30 days again.
No, that went out the window.
That lasted 2 days.
That lasted.
All right. So here's a milestone. 10:24 p.m. on the West Coast. So that's like 1:24 your time, Rusty?
12:24 my.
Okay, 12:24 Rusty's time. Wide awake.
Not wide awake. I'm struggling. Rusty,
I love you, brother.
We see the whites of your eyes, so you know.
I'm struggling.
You're doing great, Rusty. We got your back.
And your front.
And my front.
Mostly your back, though.
Taylor, you got anything to add, buddy?
Nothing really. Just the same old, you know.
Yeah.
Randy, thanks for joining us tonight, buddy.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot.
You hanging out with a puppy? That's good news.
Yeah.
Randy's always so positive. He's always so happy. Big smile on his face. He might not have much to say, but the guy just uplifts the chat. He's so cool.
T-Rob.
T-Rob in the
I
house.
appreciate that.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Gun Show.
You're freaking awesome, dude. Cheers, dude.
Wife and daughter come home from Poland. Oh, snaps. JD's wife and daughter are coming home.
Hell's yeah.
Dude.
Oh, wow.
I see a dog. Is that Z-Man?
Yeah, that's Z-Man hanging out with her pup. Hey, pups will make your day good. I'm just saying.
Yep. Cheers to Bonnie. Cheers to Bonnie. What's up, T-Rob?
I tell you what, I just watched Chernobyl not that long ago, right?
Oh, good show. Good show.
You're talking a limited series event. They're basically one of the biggest nuclear accidents in the world history.
Absolutely, yeah.
The thing that pissed me off the most was when they were shooting dogs.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was so frickin' pissed that they were shooting them dogs.
Yep.
You know, I've seen that in real life, Troy. I literally have. So we were moving into a base in the middle of nowhere of Afghanistan. We were kind of taking over, and the small, were they the MP guys or the Cav guys or the infantry guys? I don't remember which little group it was, but they weren't in my unit. They were running around the base with shotguns, taking out all the stray dogs that were like the stray dogs on the base.
Yeah.
And so I watched these kids with the Mossbergs just running around, like just throwing 12 gauge buck at these fucking stray dogs that were just looking for food. It was
yeah, it's heartbreaking.
You guys know me. I'm a dog. I love my dogs, and I was just like, you guys have orders to do this. I'm fucking getting away from you. I don't want to even watch you.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Mark, look at Raging Cajun's comment.
Get the fuck away from me.
I will donate.
Let
me know where to send it. Oh, roger that. Hey, appreciate you, Raging.
So, Mark, I had something happen yesterday that was a first for me. It was my first time ever visiting a distillery.
I mean, as long as his fingers weren't as big, those doctor visits can hurt.
Moving on to a Jack Daniel's single barrel pick. I'm getting better now. Hey, dude, yeah, Bob Glass, we had a few emotional moments earlier. I appreciate you being here, buddy.
We hugged it out. We had some tears.
He hugged it out.
So, Ben, what distillery did you visit? And it's Canadian. So is it
The
real?
local one here in Red Deer.
What's up, D-Rob?
T-Rob, muscles in the house.
T-Rob!
I would flex right now, but I don't want to feel 2 times smaller than I am right now.
So what do they make, Ben?
Go ahead, Ben.
Cheers, T-Rob.
Cheers, man.
Fairly new. Their oldest barrel is only 5 years old. They do have 4 different ones.
Shut the fridge door. Did you say 85 years old?
No. They got a roasted malt, which sounds like it's rare. There's that many roasted malt whiskeys.
I thought you said 85 years old. I was like, dude, there's like no whiskey left in that barrel.
No, they only have their oldest is 5 years old.
They refilled that barrel twice.
I totally misheard that.
Yeah.
Disregard. Carry
See,
on.
now he was thinking 85, and then you say 5, and that excitement goes 85 to 5%. To 5%.
No, it was very interesting. Learned a lot, and he was wanting to know if I was interested in helping out in the back. So
okay,
that's cool. Do it, man. Do it.
So you're gonna start. You're gonna do
a little dance.
Distillery.
Make a little love.
Maybe.
Get down
down tonight.
See how that goes.
So,
what's in
Ben
the back?
from the north,
There's a truck back there and he's unloading.
Am I putting this on your news that that you might have a new job opportunity or something?
Well, he said, I guess it'd be more like volunteering, but he'd be willing to pay me in whiskey, so that would be interesting.
I don't know. That's fair. That sounds fair to me.
Learning
It worse.
And learning how to make whiskey and free whiskey. Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
Twist my ow. How far is it? Well, here's the key thing. How far is it from home?
20 minutes.
Oh.
So Raging Cajun, hit me up at northwestbourbon@gmail. Northwestbourbon@gmail or northwestbourbon on Instagram. Either way, hit me up and we can chat about stuff. I can send you plenty of samples as well. Mark and I can say, being part of the preventative medical team, I saved so many soldiers from getting rabies in the Middle East. Stray dogs stray dogs were rampant. There was almost as many stray dogs in Afghanistan as that I saw in Mexico. There's just dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of freaking wild.
Yeah.
Kind of freaking wild. All right, so we just talked about what's going on with us, and so we're going to move on to the final topic, which is the AAR, aka the After Action Review, where we talk about what was supposed to happen, what did happen, and what we could do better next time, or what we should sustain and do again next time. So today we had our Veteran Whiskey of the Month, which was the 10th Mountain Single Malt Whiskey, which we had them on the show. Great people. Honoring the legacy of the 10th Mountain Division, which is near and dear to my heart. So 10th Mountain Single Malt was the Whiskey of the Month. We honored the fallen. We talked about a lot of good people in our lives that are no longer with us. We talked about military history, which covered August 3rd, Germany declared war on France. August 4th, National Coast Guard Day. August 7th is Purple Heart Day. August 14th is National Windtalkers Day. August 16th is National Airborne Day. We talked about a Medal of Honor recipient who actually he moved up to Seattle and deployed out from there and went through some crazy stuff in August, battling a crew of tanks just as a dude. And got his Medal of Honor given to him in Olympia, Washington. And so that was crazy. So we talked about
Cheers, Ben.
Current military news. The Purple Heart Day one got me, dude. It really did.
Yeah.
So good talks on that. And then we talked about stuff going on with us and ours in our personal lives. And so if we were going to do this show again next month, which we will.
Yeah, I was saying, what's this if shit?
First Saturday next month.
First Saturday of the month next month, we're gonna do it again. So what should we make sure we do again, and what can we improve on? What can we do better?
Well,
follow the same format, man. Follow the same format. You're fine, dude. You're fine,
bro.
We're gonna do 24 push-ups instead of 23.
Yeah, I think tonight was a home run, brother, and I think next month's a big month. September's pretty huge.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't really got nothing this month.
Ben from the north is out. Hey, good night, Ben. Appreciate you being here. Chuck D is in the house.
September 7th.
Yeah.
My birthday.
There's a lot going on in September.
C-Rob's birthday. Next stream.
I will be 60.
No way.
You old bastard.
You don't look a day. You don't look a day over 30.
I appreciate you, Bob.
I will be 60 on December 7th. Yeah.
Greatly appreciated.
Love it.
Not with those muscles.
Let's see. Cheers.
Jen Clifton, thanks for doing 23.
Yeah, their rice whiskey.
Oh, that JT milk is so good, man.
Yeah.
This has been a great podcast. Hey, Rob, I appreciate you, man.
That's one idea. Mark, I got an idea of a little tidbit you could add on history. A little smidge, something. Just maybe a real quick thing.
So
And this might be hard, but it's an idea that just hit me. So I'm gonna.
The six videos wasn't good enough. Go ahead.
No.
It's hard. It's hard, and it just hit him. It's hard, and it just hit him.
I was gonna say, talk about something you did in the month in your service.
Oh goodness gracious!
Okay, yeah. From the first person perspective.
Yeah. We might not be able to pull it off every month or anything, but it just occurred to me that like, I wonder what you were doing in August.
There you go.
I will tell you 100%. Let me see if I can pop it up here because I've showed it to Troy. August 19th, 2009.
Pull that bad boy up.
Was the first time I got blown up.
You guys are going to be impressed with this.
Oh my goodness, where the?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised, Mark. Are you blown up in every month of the year?
I've only been blown up five times,
right?
Yeah, I've only been blown up 5 times, Ben. Come on, I'm good at my job.
All right, how about that? Every time it's a month where you got blown up, you talk about it.
Yeah, but look what he's dealing with. Holy cow.
Oh my goodness, that's so much.
If what he's dealing with is all us drunk assholes, Z-Man, I get you.
Breaking my freaking balls over here, yeah? Hey.
Yeah. You're right,
Hey.
Where the heck did those pictures go?
I mean, it could just be a funny, quick story. It could be something, something good, bad, and different. I don't know. I was just thinking maybe make it a little more personal. That's all I was thinking.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. Sharing a personal story would definitely give me.
The reason that kind of occurred to me is like my pop. I know went through a lot when he was in the service, and I know almost nothing because he won't talk about it.
Right, and you and I have talked about that kind of stuff before.
That's the same way. That's the same way with my dad. My dad, he was in the Marines in the 50s. He was over in Lebanon. He was over in the Middle East and Europe. And I've got all his stuff. I've got pictures and medals and all that stuff, but I don't know the stories behind them.
And I got the same thing. My dad was in the military in 1944. Walked out of a movie theater with my mom, and they were throwing newspapers on the ground because Pearl Harbor had just gotten bombed.
Yeah. But then I've got my wife's uncle, who was in the 2nd Ranger Battalion in.
God damn.
Oh my gosh.
So this back door here has a curved down lock that you slide down 90 degrees to lock it. The overpressure, because you can see this cement thing right here.
Yeah,
it's a culvert. So they packed over 200 pounds of homemade explosives, over 200 pounds in this culvert, and the overpressure blew off the back.
Blew the door out. Yeah,
right.
With Mark inside.
And I was in this door. I was in this seat right here.
And if you look at that vehicle, with the bottom design,
dude standing in the crater.
Yeah, he's standing in the hole.
But that vehicle is designed to disperse the blast away.
Right, because it has a
V-shaped bottom. Yeah,
it has a V-shaped hole, so the blast goes to the path of least resistance.
But it was so intense.
That's the only reason I'm still alive, bro.
So Mark, vehicle designed to disperse that blast. How did it feel being in a vehicle designed to disperse that blast?
It felt like we were driving along, then all of a sudden we hit a wall and immediate stop, going from however fast you're going in a vehicle, then all of a sudden coming to a complete stop, you get that sudden thing. But instead of going forward, you go up.
You go,
That's weird. But the overpressure, the concussion, the blast, the effect on your ears, and not knowing if you're okay. Right. When all of a sudden the dust starts settling and you can see again, and not knowing if you're okay, looking around, am I numb or am I really okay right now?
Yeah.
And looking over,
are you okay? Are your buddies okay?
And so I start hearing the gunner going, ow, ow. And I'm like, dude, are you okay? And then the interpreter is in the back. He had a full can of 50 cal ammo fall down and shatter his foot.
Oh, shit.
Because he was in the back of the truck, and the 50 cal ammo fell from the turret onto his foot in the truck. And so he's crying, and my gunner's crying because my gunner was a little bitch.
Yeah.
Every squad has that guy. Everybody who's been in the military knows that every squad has that guy that's like, dude, how do you tie your boots in the morning? Because you're like you don't belong here.
Yeah.
Every squad has that guy. That was the guy in the turret.
You love him, but you got to bring him along.
I'm like, come on, Junior, let's go. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He was in the gun.
Because you don't want to call. You don't want to call him a sissy.
No.
No, I'll call him a little bitch every day. Because I was there with them. I took rounds. Like we got so you know how the bottom of our truck was kind of facing the right side of the road. We started taking fire from that side of the road. So I started hearing AK fire, and I was just waiting for an RPG to just penetrate the hole. Because I was like, people are shooting at us from the way my ass is pointing. I don't like this. No, real story. And so we had to climb out the back and then get around.
Yeah, get some cover.
When I was climbing towards the back, I saw rounds hitting the road right behind our truck. So we had to like kind of slither down and like get behind our truck to get
low,
to get cover from that. And we were hiding, like not hiding, but we were taking cover in the ditch on the other side of the truck while our dismount team went and chased off the complex ambush guys. So, they chased off the fighters because they didn't want to really stand and fight. They wanted to shoot at the wounded duck. But then when our fighters went out to meet them, they ran away.
Of course they did.
They're wearing dresses and flip flops. You know. I'd run away too. If I was wearing a dress and flip flops, shooting at a guy dressed like me, I'd run too. Yeah.
Well, they were doing that tactical blind fire where they just shoot over the top of the wall. You know?
Yeah, that's why they were hitting the dirt behind my truck instead of my big freaking exposed belly towards you truck.
Yeah.
Because they're not, even though it's their full-time job, they're still not good at it. Goodness gracious, you guys are getting me all worked up over here. All right, so AAR. So next month, if we are going to do the same thing next month, besides Ben, thank you for sharing. Throw some more personal stuff in there. Love you. Anything else that anybody has to add that we could do better next month, or things we should sustain? Was there too many videos this month?
No.
No,
God,
no.
No, it was perfect.
Yeah,
right. It was good. Good.
I think the videos help hit home to what you guys actually go through. You know.
Yeah. We got to get JD Bourbon approach on screen with us. This guy sounds like a bad.
JD is the man.
JD is cool as shit.
Yeah, I love drinking with JD. So you guys thought the tempo was good?
Absolutely.
Like conversation versus videos, the back and forth.
I like that we're at almost 2 hours. I like that more time's being devoted to this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was AAR last month, Ben, and he listened.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I think we hit him with that a couple months in a row.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Every month.
It deserves time. It sure does.
Hey,
all right. Yep. Raging Cajun, hit me up on either Gmail or Instagram, either way, and we can talk, buddy.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. I know from my personal perspective, from Z-Man. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate your service. We appreciate your dedication to the country. Unfortunately, while you guys were over there serving, we were serving back home. But I still consider you guys. I hold you in such high esteem. Even though I didn't serve in the military, I served at home in law enforcement, and you guys earned everything you earned, and we love you for the job that you did.
Which I appreciate you saying that, T-Rob. And one of the things that hit home on a podcast I was listening to just last week was that one of the things that set America apart is the law and order. There's a certain comfort in justice. There's a certain comfort in knowing what's right and what's wrong. The reason why we broke away from England with the taxation without a representation. They wanted to tax us from across the pond. But we have to set we have to set laws in our country. These are laws that you will follow, or else you will be punished. And so, the law enforcement and community, I feel, is absolutely 100% a necessity for us to continue as a successful nation.
And what T-Rod's trying to tell you is I spent 33 years in state corrections.
Oh, I know.
And when them gates close, you don't go out. You just stay there. You work your shift, and then you get out.
That's right.
And you got to realize where the fuck you're at.
Yeah. No, but I mean, hey, we give you guys all the credit because you went and did what you had to do. We police back home. You guys went and did the job you had to do overseas or wherever.
Thank you.
That's right.
Yep, I appreciate your words, T-Rob.
No, thank you, guys, man.
It's been another great night.
I'm a big supporter.
Hosting. Yeah, buddy. Cheers. This stream was perfect. Don't change. Keep supporting our military. Hey, appreciate you, Bob.
Absolutely, Bob.
Hope to see you again next month. David said he loved the videos. So I played more videos this month than I've played in any other month prior, and I had a blast doing it.
Videos really hit home for a lot of people. Yeah.
Whatever you find that's valid, include it in the story. Yeah,
dude, the Purple Heart video freaking almost killed me.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But I thought that was a good variety. Going back to World War I, World War II, local, and like the Wind Talkers, and even the Coast Guard video. I mean, it was just
absolutely, man. Yeah,
just a good mix. It was a good mix.
Good stuff, man.
I like it.
So, dude, I'm gonna tell you, especially when you go back to World War I, when you look at the conditions that those guys fought in,
absolutely,
it is not even believable. Some of that trench warfare, how brutal that was on people. Gas and I mean these were things that people were never subjected to, tanks and all that stuff.
First time a lot of it stuff happened in that one.
Yeah.
It was
all right, guys.
We ever laid. Yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up. Anybody in the chat or on screen have anything that they want to put out before we close up shop and get into the backstage? If any of you guys want to join in the backstage, you're more than welcome to. But first, I want to give you guys the opportunity in the chat or on stage to put out any last comments while I pour the closing glass of the night with one mo again. Whiskey veteran featured whiskey of the month, 10th Mountain Single Malt. Go ahead, Joe.
Next Friday, T-Rob and I will be doing a stream together. He says, and you'll see on the thumbnail, it's going to be kind of a funny thumbnail. He says he's the Barton Whisperer, so we're going to find out. We're going to find out whether or not he's the Barton Whisperer. So tune in for that on Friday night. Hope to see you there. If not, love you anyways.
Free independent Joe. Man. Free independent Joe.
It'll be my first stream back in like 3 weeks. So, man.
I am looking forward to the return of the Joe.
My first guy back. So, hopefully see
there you go.
There.
Love the Joe.
I feel honored to be on the first show that Joe got after
the band. After the
band.
So Joe's out of jail. Return of the Joe. He's spending it with T-Rob. It's going to be a fantastic time. Looking forward to it.
Appreciate you guys.
Does anybody have anything else they want to add before we go to the backstage?
Nah.
No? Okay. Hey, guys. Great Veteran Whiskey Club live stream. You can get the link in the chat to the Instagram profile of the 10th Mountain Whiskey. Find their website, order bottles. They've got good stuff going on. And like they say, they got a special place in my heart because they pay homage to the legacy of the 10th Mountain Division. Also, you will see in the video description is the Warriors and Whiskey website, and I think their Facebook page and maybe some other stuff is in there. I usually post some stuff for the Veterans Whiskey Club and Warriors and Whiskey, because that's what we're doing here. But until next month, drink more water than whiskey, and appreciate you guys. We're gonna close out with taps as per usual, and raise a glass to the fallen, but make sure you're drinking more water than whiskey because you got to take care of yourself and take care of those around you. Cheers.
Cheers. To those that have fallen.
JD's in the house. What's up, buddy?
There he is.
Hey, what's up, guys?
That guy's sexy.
What's up, JD?
Oh, sexy.
He's flexing. You can't even tell because he's so voluptuous.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, good night, guys. I will see you guys.
Oh, man, this is going to get
Cheers,
me
off
here.